I'm Lynette Louise, the Brain Broad, and I have the best idea. But before I share that with you, remember to like and subscribe if you get any value out of what I'm about to share or any of the other videos on my channel. Okay, well, first of all, I'm an expert in brain change, positive brain change, purposefully done, and I work mostly with autism, although I work with all brain disorders. So one of the things that I do is I share that your belief can create your behavior, your emotions and your behavior. A lot of people understand that your beliefs are creating your emotions. Not everyone gets that it's all one thing, that when you have a certain emotion, when you have a belief that's tied to an emotion, it creates a behavior, which creates a situation, which creates an excuse to have that belief again, and you actually pile up evidence to support your belief, even though you might be 100% wrong. You'll have all kinds of proof. So then you end up in this little cycle. This is kind of known, right? I share this. Some people are surprised. A lot of people know this now. But I find that there's this one element that is very hard to share, very hard to get across. And that's, the idea that it's more than just this one isolated belief that you picked up when you were 2 years old and you didn't have the sophistication to go, heck, that's not true. There's no such thing as an Easter bunny. It's something else. It's a life wish. It's I saw Disney and princesses. Look at my hands keep coming up. I feel like I'm doing one of those shadow puppet things. I'll try to stop that so you're not distracted. Anyway, I was distracted. Let's get back to the point. So you're a young person and you see a Disney movie and you want to be the prince or you want to be the princess, but to be the princess, that means you have to let some guy kiss you in the woods so that he can save you from being unconscious for the rest of your life, etc., etc., etc. We do build beliefs from our early life experience, but we also build this idea of who we want to grow up to be and how we want to be. And that spills onto everyone and every decision you ever make. And that is about to be explained in the application of raising a child with autism. So what I've decided to do is I'm going to tell you, make a little playlist, and I'm going to tell you three or four stories, one each time, about different parents that have had a certain life desire, a sort of a dream of how they want to be, and how that's then spilled down onto their children and affected them either negatively or positively. So I talked a lot. Let's get to the story. Oh, I have to mention, I have an advantage over many people who work with autism or work with brain disorders. I'm old. And I've been doing this for a very long time. And I did it in my own home. I raised a lot of multiply handicapped kids. I'll be the last story. And I've done it with lots of people around the world, all different cultures. Help them to change and optimize the brains of the children in their homes. So I've had enough of a career now to see children grow or not grow or grow in the wrong direction, depending upon how they were raised and the environment they're in, as well as the condition that they have. So, now to the story. Okay, I'm going to start with this story. It's a lovely mother who is completely dedicated to her son, completely. However, her dream, her life wish, is to be the person that cured his autism, that made it so that one day he's extremely autistic and the next day he's popped out of the autism egg, he's emerged completely normal. Oh, better than that. He's better than normal. Because not only does she want to be the person who cured him, but she wants to be the person who cured him, and it turns out he's multiply talented, super amazing, and a prince, a literal prince. She just is that woman who's very wealthy, and every morning before leaving her room, she does her hair and gets her makeup on and does her outfit, and it's really really turned into an issue, especially since the very end of this story desire that she has for her life and her son's life is the New York best-selling book that she's going to write and make millions of dollars on, and she already has millions. She doesn't need them, but whatever. Okay, so think about this. Her goal is to cure him, to make it so that she has the book she can write, and everyone's amazed and saves their children because of her. This is, it sounds lovely, right? However, it's made, at this point, it's made her hide her truth because he's now an adult and she really wants to have this goal met. And he's doing very nasty things to her. And she can't tell anyone because she's trying to be the one who saved him. She can tell them later when he's no longer autistic and he's super talented and he's a prince, but she can't tell them now while he's hurting her. And it's played out throughout the years. So when I first met her, she could not put limits on him. She had to treat him like a prince, make him feel like he should emerge from the egg of autism. And so she personally uses homeopathy so that and I like homeopathy, by the way, I'm not dissing that. She wants to use that so that she's in charge of what he does and what's given to him, and so that she's the one who cured him. She has people follow him around with food when he's like 8 years old, trays on a golden tray with all these array of foods everywhere you go, so that he starts hating other children who have a normal box lunch and it looks so delicious and there are no people waiting on you, and that looks like such freedom. And so he starts kind of targeting people. This is around the time where I'm trying to say, you have to help him to accept limits. He's young enough now, we can do it. And I'll give you a couple of quick stories, and we got to close, right, because it's already long, but you're starting to get the idea, I hope. So she, we're at Disney, and I've come along to help, and he cannot wait at the gate, and I'm like, you have to wait at the gate, and I got my arms out, and he's used to me laying down rules for him and saying, I'm the great careful, or I won't let you go beyond. But he was really having a hard time, and so she, talks to people into letting him go ahead even though the ticket hasn't been paid. And this continues to play out. We're on Treasure Island, and he's having this huge meltdown, and he wants to hurt people, and I'm making him accept the boundaries, and she says, oh, but maybe he can accept boundaries some other year, right? So then cut to we go to this train, and the train shuts down for a parade, and he starts having a meltdown because he wants to ride the train, and she talks them into, or bribes them into, letting him be the only one in the train that's not supposed to be going at the time, because she doesn't think he should have to wait because, he has special needs, and that's a huge problem in life. Everybody's catering to and rewarding the explosion, rewarding the problem behavior, and feeling like they're doing something nice, but that wasn't nice. That was her trying to be the person all dressed up and beautiful and saying, give my prince what he wants. Someday he'll pop out of the egg. And so she does a lot of homeopathy with him. She chelates him. I like chelation, but unfortunately, if you chelate for too long, you also cause all kinds of problems and cognitive decline, and it's been going on a long time because she wants to be the one that solved the problem. So here's this beautiful wish, this beautiful dedicated parent who will give all her resources to her child, but her dream is a little off of what he needs. And so she sees the answers from the dream she holds and the vision she holds about herself. Not a bad person, wonderful person, but at this point her son hates her, sees her as the warden of the gilded cage, and he's right. So what do? How do you see beyond your own wishes, beyond your own dreams? Well, you take stock. The idea of looking at yourself first, of helping yourself first, is what I hope to sort of share through these stories, to help you see that our dreams, our wishes, our vision of ourself become what flows out of us, and then affect the decisions we make, and over the children's lifetime decide whether we are making their autism more extreme or less extreme. We're not causing autism by our behavior, but we may be making it more extreme. So, check on your own dream first. Sometimes you just have to let other people tell you what's really going on. All right. I'm going to share a story every week to try and show you how what you want, what you think is right, can domino onto your child and play out good or play out not so good. So I hope you tune in again, and I hope this helps.